and welcome to the latest edition of W-OLGC TV News. Let's head over to Megan, who's here to talk about first grade. I heard they're doing some letter writing.
That's right, Natalie. The first graders have been writing letters to the seminarians. In math, they are learning about money and how it works, while in science, they are learning about the night and day. The students are reading amazing animals in their ILA readers. The kids in second grade are very excited because they want a visit from the Philly Fanatic. Last week, the Fanatic came in and Mrs. Schaefer read a story while the Phillies mascot danced and acted out the story. The whole school was there. During this fun occasion, the students were allowed to wear Phillies fan gear. Also, the kids, along with the whole school, got to spend some time with their grandparents on Grandparents' Day. The second grade also had lots and lots of fun on their field trip to the Philadelphia Zoo, which was not too long ago. As you can see, Natalie, the second graders have been very busy, but are also having a very fun time.
Thanks, Megan. Let's head over to Caleb, who's here to talk about the third grade. I hear they've been doing a lot of grammar work these days.
That's right, Natalie. The third grade is so busy doing a lot in every subject. In ILA, the students are learning about helping verbs and their capital cursive handwriting. Maybe that'll come in handy as they learn about running a business and social studies. They're learning how to tell time and temperature in math. In science, they are learning about the moon and other planets. In religion, the students are learning about the 4 parts of the Mass. Also, in ILA, students take a spelling pretest each week and then correct the words they have missed. Later in the week, 4th graders take the real spelling test. They should also look at their class trip information and return their forms as soon as possible.
Thanks, Caleb. Let's go see why it's so quiet in the 5th grade with Anthony.
That's right, Natalie. The 5th graders are keeping quiet as they work on words with silent letters. Although they are silent in ILA, they are very noisy with their operations in math. They are finishing up multiplication and division of decimals and fractions. Soil is all the rage in science, as the kids recently learned the different layers of it and how we use it. Mars is made up of red soil, and is the trend in social studies where the kids are finishing up their Mars projects. They are helping to colonize the Mars community by 2030. In religion, the students are learning about the sacrament of anointing of the sick. Did you know that anointing of the sick is also one of the sacraments of healing?
And reconciliation, right?
That's right.
Thanks, Anthony. Let's move it over to Patrick, who's here to tell us about 6th, 7th, and 8th grade ILA and social studies.
Hi, Natalie. In 6th grade, they are working on their fractured fairy tale and getting it published. In 6th grade social studies, the students are learning about the geography of Asia, the Mughal Empire, the Southeast Asian kingdoms, feudal Japan, and the Ottoman Empire. They also are learning about China's great dynasties, which was between 518 and 1644. China is ruled by a succession of dynasties that gradually unite the country. They are learning about wagon trains and how families transported all their belongings in wagons covered with tarps and blankets. Families lived out of these wagons like people do today with mobile homes, steamboats, and how people would ride them to get to different places. People still ride steamboats today to go to places and to sightsee, and the building of the Erie Canal. In ILA, they're working on poems and adverbs.
Thanks, Patrick. Let's go talk to Nick about 6th, 7th, and 8th grade math and science. I hear things are lighting up.
That's right. The 6th grade students are learning about sound, light, and energy. In 7th grade, they are working on physical and chemical changes. Man, that sounds fun. Hey, I know physical change, growing, and that's why we go to school, so we can grow and learn and become more like our parents. In 8th grade, they were deciding what they wanted to learn next, and they chose this should help them get ready for anatomy and physiology in high school. In math, the students in 6-2 just finished Chapter 9 and had a math test. They are now heading into Chapter 10, where they will learn about area and volume. Geometry is going to finish out the rest of the year for them. The students in 6-1 and 7-2 just had their chapter test. Hope they did well. They will be continuing geometry next chapter and will learn about volume and 3D figures. The students in 7-1 and 8-2 are learning about inequalities and how to do multi-step equations. In the next chapter, the 8th grade will learn about radical functions.
Wow, Nick, that sounds totally rad. Now let's head over to Jonathan, who's here to round out the newscast with an update about our specials.
That's right, Natalie. The early grades are learning their prayers in Spanish, like the Our Father and the Hail Mary. In middle school, students are getting deeper into the language by learning the parts of the body, ER verbs, and animals. In computers, the lower grades are learning word processing. The 6th grade is doing word art pictures. 7th graders are working on their outsiders prezzies, and the 8th grade are creating public service announcements. In gym, one of the games that the students are playing is called Gaga. In Gaga, you play in a hexagon pit and you are trying to get the other people out by hitting them below the knee with a ball. It sure sounds competitive. Another game that students are playing is called Foursquare. The object of the game is to hit the ball into their square. If the ball hits in their square and it goes out of the court, the person in that square is out.
Wow, John, that sounds easier than it is. When I play, I always seem to get out. I guess I need to keep working on it. Well, that's a wrap. Join us next time for a new edition of W-OLGC TV News.